In this video, we're going to unbox and go through the features of the Lucky Duck Roughneck E-Caller. So several things. First, you'll have your instruction manual, your calling unit, and your remote. So first, let's take a look at the calling unit itself. Once again, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the battery compartment. It'll come standard with your AA bird cage. Just like in all the Lucky Duck calls, it has a standard connector. You're going to remove that. We're going to take our lithium-ion battery pack that we purchased separately. We're going to install it. Insert it back into the slot. And close the battery compartment. There we go. This call is fairly simple. You're going to have your on-off switch on the back. You can have your horn speaker, your tweeter speaker, and then on the side is going to be your rubber cover. Once you remove this rubber cover, it's going to give you access to your auxiliary port, your charging port if you are using the lithium-ion battery pack, and then your external speaker port. Now on the bottom, you do have the standard 1/4-20 thread that's on the bottom of all the calls. Although this e-call does not come with a tripod to get it up off the ground, you can screw one in there if you'd like. This call does have a rubber housing around it to help with the durability. Now let's move on to the remote. This remote does run off of 3 AA, so first thing I'm going to do, remove the cover, insert the batteries. Snap the cover back on. First things you notice on this remote, it also does have the rubber protective coating. A little bit bigger than some of the other remotes, but it has a little more features which we're going to go through. So to turn on the remote, you're just going to hold in the power button. It's going to fire things up. First thing you're going to notice is all your sound folders that you can run through using your selector button. You'll notice you have a timer up in the top left. That is your total time on stand, meaning from the time you turn on the remote to the time you shut it off, that's going to run the entire time. Shows your volume, it shows your battery level for your remote, if you're running the auxiliary or not. Your SD connection through your call is good. When that's lit up, that is your signal bar between the caller and the remote, and then obviously the speaker with the X means we don't have any sound going right now. Down at the bottom, you'll see SD link OK. That means everything, the communication between the call and the remote is good. One thing you'll see on this one, you'll notice the buttons are backlit so that you can see them a little bit easier at night. So as we look on the side of the remote, you'll see D, double D, and N. That just stands for day mode, dawn dusk mode, and night mode. If I want to change the screen color, let's say I'm hunting at night, I would like a red screen, I'm just going to hold in the N button until it switches over to the red. Back to day hunting, I want to switch it to D, be a little brighter obviously, and then maybe low light conditions, but not quite dark. I can do the dawn and dusk mode, and it'll switch from there. But let's move it back to the daytime mode for the rest of this. You have your auxiliary button, especially if you're running maybe an external decoy with your Roughneck. Over on the side, you have your presets. Fairly simple to set those. Let's set preset number 1. If we go to, let's just pick a rodent sound for this one. Let's go to pack rat. I'm going to select the sound. I'm going to volume it to where I want the volume to be when I hit the preset button. And let's say I want that to be 16. I'm going to hit the sound real quick and stop it. Then I'm simply going to hold in the preset button until the sound flashes, and it's set. Now to set preset number 2, I'm going to hit the B button, which will take me back to the home screen. Let's say we want to go pup fight. Let's say schoolyard brawl. Let's put it at volume 20. I'm going to select the sound real quick, turn it off, and then I'm simply going to hold in preset number 2 until the sound flashes, and it's set. Then the G stands for the gain. As you'll see down here, as you go through level 1 through 4, when you turn this call on, standard is level 3, but sometimes you may want even more added volume if you're calling in high wind situations. You can up the gain, which means you're simply going to lose just a touch of clarity, but it will add more power to the amp to give you just a little more volume. Now on the face of the remote, you have your power button, your back button, your volume up and down, selector switches, and your play pause button. Down at the bottom, you have your recall button, which is just going to take you back to the sound that you were previously playing, and then your hot 1 and hot 2. That's just actually 2 more presets that you can set. So in total, you would have 5 presets with this remote. The last feature of this is it does have a secondary timer, meaning as soon as I play a sound, we have our total stand timer, but once I play this sound, it'll show me how long that specific sound has been playing as well. The last thing about the Roughneck is, as you'll see, it has really the same sound folders in there, you just get more sounds. This comes standard with 150 sounds along with some full-length hunts. And there you have it, the Lucky Duck Roughneck E-Call.